Morning, how you doing today? It's me once again with another video, this time on the M60 machine gun. The M60, or better known as the Pig, was one of the best machine guns the U.S. military used. The M60 was conceived in the mid 1950s as a replacement for the 50 caliber machine gun. The 7.62 millimeter M60, or better known as the Pig, was a heavy machine gun the U.S. military used. It would be able to fire up to about 500 rounds per minute, and it would get its first taste of battle during the Vietnam War, and from 1965 up until the U.S. pullout in 1973, the 7.62 millimeter M60, some were left behind, and the North Vietnamese were using the M60 for their military. And basically, the M60 was used in Grenada. It was used in it was used in Grenada. It was used in Panama, and was used in Operation Desert Storm in 1991. Now, you would be able to see the 7.62 millimeter machine gun on top of a Humvee or on a military troop transport truck, or, well, it's not even true, but the M113 armored personnel carrier was armed with a 50 caliber machine gun, and the 7.62 millimeter was a hard hitting machine gun. It was a badass of a machine gun, and I don't know if you saw the 1984 action movie Rambo, starring Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo. And there was a movie poster of Sylvester Stallone holding an M60. The M60 would gain notoriety in the Chuck Norris movie Missing in Action, and several feature films in the 1980s. The 1980s and the 1990s. Today, the M60 is still in use, and even known that it could be refurbished and to make a better and more powerful machine gun. You would have to trace the origins of the machine gun dating back to the 1900s, when Hiram Maxim introduced the Maxim machine gun. The U.S. military didn't buy any. He wanted to sell it to the British, and later the Germans would receive their first Maxim machine guns. Germany and the Soviet Union would use the Maxim, and it was a good machine gun. But the British introduced the Lewis gun in 1915, and both the British and American and Canadian forces used the Lewis machine gun. And before the end of the war, John Browning introduced the BAR, the Browning automatic rifle, and it was a good gun, but it never saw no action during World War I. But farmhands and outlaws were using the BAR, and even Babyface Nelson had sawed off the barrel of a BAR, and he was such a badass with that rifle. And basically, the next evolution was the 30 caliber machine gun. It was a water-cooled machine gun. The only problem with the 30 caliber is that soldiers had to pee in it just to keep the gun cool. And it would get so hot. I mean, to grip it like that when you're firing, and your hands would get burnt from firing the 30 caliber. So basically, the soldiers had to pee on the 30 caliber just to keep it cool. And where the 50 caliber machine gun would be the ultimate machine gun to be employed by the U.S. military, and it would be used throughout World War II and the Korean War, the Suez Crisis, the Vietnam War, Operation Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and operations in Afghanistan, where the type is still in use today. The 7.62mm machine gun was introduced in 1955 to replace the 50 caliber machine gun. It would be able to fire up to about 500 rounds per minute, but basically, you know, the type was gradually being phased out. It was being replaced by the SAW and the squad automatic rifle. And today only the National Guard uses the M60 today, just for, you know, for training purposes or in combat against against the Taliban in 2001, from 2001 up until 2013. The M60 now today is mostly in a museum because the type is old. It's very, very old, but some gun collectors do collect the M60. And if you check out videos on the M60 machine gun, you'll see on how that gun had played a major impact in conflicts all throughout the world. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I would like to say thank you very much for watching this video. And please, like always, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, see you later.